Hey guys, welcome to day 8 of your 30-day challenge of living up to your highest potential. Today, I'm going to ask you a real serious question. Where do you spend the most time? What do you spend the most time doing? Okay, leave in the comments below. What do you spend most of your time doing? And is it getting you where you want to go? Is it getting you to your goals? Is it getting you to a higher consciousness? Is it getting you to you living up to your highest potential? What do you do on a daily basis? Do you even know? Do you wish that you had more time, more energy, right? More money, more happiness? Do you wish that you had all of those things? And do you do the same things day in and day out? Do you do the same exact thing? Do you scroll through social media? Do you binge watch on Netflix? Do you watch lots of news? What do you do on a daily basis? Do you even know? A lot of us don't even realize what we're doing on a regular basis. Hey, that's me. I didn't even know what I was doing on a regular basis. I was like, I don't have enough energy. I'm tired all the time. I don't have enough time to do X, Y, and Z. I don't have enough energy to do X, Y, and Z. I don't have enough money to do X, Y, and Z. And I would do the same thing over and over and over again and say the same thing every single day until I realized that I was way too much scrolling through social media and on my phone, way too much watching Netflix, doing way too much things that weren't getting me where I wanted to go. So my first question is, where do you want to go? What do you want in your life? And we'll do a whole day just on this, but not today. But just think about what you want to do. And are you doing things to get you where you want to go? Or are you doing things that are not getting you where you want to go? What I found was that I had all these goals and these dreams, and I was like, oh, I'm going to meditate every day. I want to work out. I want to, learn more. I want to have another business. I want to work on another business. I want to have a radio show. I want to work. I want to go out and have hobbies. I want to do these things. And I had all these things in my head, and I was like, but they're not happening. And I'm like, why aren't they happening? And I'm like, every time I'd be like, I want to go to the gym. And then I'd look for gyms and I'd be like, I don't have the time. They're not the right times. Or I want to meditate. And I'd be like, look at the yoga classes. Or I can't make those times. I don't have enough money for this. Or blah, blah, blah. And I would make excuses for myself, right? And then I would say that I don't have the time. I can't make those times, right? And then I'd be like, I want hobbies, but I don't know what hobbies. And I'd be like, this hobby's expensive. I can't go there. I don't have enough time to invest and da da da. And then I started to realize, is that really true? I don't know, right? And then I'm like, okay, why am I not doing my podcast on a regular basis? Or why am I not being consistent with this? Or why am I not being consistent with that? Or why don't I have enough energy? And why do I feel bad a lot of the time? And why do I just not feel great? Or how come sometimes I go through bursts of energy and I get all this stuff done and then I come back down to 0 point or negative? And I was trying to figure out why this was happening to me. And what I realized is that I do spend, I had to kind of track the time that I spent doing certain things. So this is your homework for today, is I want you to really track and see what you spend your time on. What are you doing on a daily basis? Are you hitting the snooze button for 2 hours, like I did? Are you binge watching Netflix when you get home from work? Or are you scrolling through your social media every single second that you get, or on a commercial or whatever? What are you doing? And is it making you feel good? Is it making you feel good while you do those things? Because what I realized was because of my business, I was on social media a lot, and what was happening was I was getting consumed by everybody else's content. So instead of creating content, I was consuming more. And then I was looking at people who were doing more fun things than me, or were making more money than me, or look better than me. And I was comparing myself, and I was constantly scrolling and consuming information and things like that. So I was consuming all this information, not putting it to use, consuming more information about how people were doing and feeling worse about myself. And then there were times where I would, come home and be like, oh, I just want to turn off my brain. I just want to relax. And then I'd sit there and watch Netflix for like 6 hours. So I just want you to become aware of what you're doing on a daily basis with no judgment. It's just like, oh, wow, I didn't realize how much social media I was watching, or TV I was watching, or time I was complaining, or whatever. What are you doing on a daily basis? Okay. And then ask yourself, is this getting you where you want to go in life? Is it getting you to more time freedom, more energy, more consciousness, higher consciousness, your highest potential? Like, is it getting you to your goals? Is it getting you there? And then be like, shit, like, I don't really know. Is it getting me there? And then why are you doing that? Why are you doing things that are not getting you to where you want to be, right? It's not creating your new self. Why are you doing those things? What are you avoiding doing? Or what feelings are you avoiding? Because what I started to realize is that when I was binge watching, I was avoiding feeling something, right? And I was avoiding going for my goals in the chance that I might fail, right? So, and I was on social media to validate that pretty much I wasn't good enough, right? And so you really have to get to this point where you're asking yourself, well, what are you avoiding doing? Are you avoiding your goals because you fear of failure or fear of success? Are you avoiding dealing with a problem, or admitting that you're anxious or angry or unhappy with your life, or something like that? What are you avoiding? Okay, so track what you're doing. Ask yourself, is it getting you to where you want to be in life? Your goals, right? What are they? And we'll do a whole day on this. And then what are you avoiding? Right? What are you avoiding of feeling or doing? Okay. And then I want you to make a not to-do list. A not to-do list. This was like the best thing that Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi taught me, was that you need a not to-do list, right? So for me, it's not endlessly scroll through social media. It's not binge watch 6 hours of Netflix or binge watch every single night. It's not hit my snooze button 1,000 times a day. And it's not to compare myself to other people. And it's not to consume more content than I create. Okay, so those are my not to-do lists. So what are your not to-do lists? Or what do you do? Leave in the comments below after you've tracked your day, or what you can think of off the top of your head. What are you doing on a daily basis? Is it getting you where you want to go? And what are you avoiding? And then I want to know what your not to-do lists are. What are your not to-do lists? So those are things that to not do, right? Because we all make these to-do lists that are like this big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we do like 3 things and we're like, oh, this is too overwhelming. It's not working. Well, why it's not working is because you have all these things that you shouldn't be doing that are not getting you to these goals, to this to-do list, right? So figure out what those things that you are doing, right, that are not getting you where you want to go. And then we'll piggyback up on that over this coming week, okay? But just focus on what you shouldn't be doing, all right? And then let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you're notified every single time that a video is uploaded. I am so proud of you. You should be so proud of yourself. You made it to the 2nd week. I'm so excited for the next 3 weeks with you, and I'm sending you so much light and love. Until next time.